Hey guys, this is Callum from English Shooting, and I'm down at the Phoenix Shooting Club today, and you've seen me down here many times shooting with competition and general practice, but I thought I'd give you guys a tour because I've never really shown you the size of this site and the size of the club. So right now I'm in the main sort of car park area. You'll see behind me everyone's parked up. To my left here you have the sitting and eating area. You can probably hear in the background amongst the gunfire there's a generator, so we've got this little hut over here. So when you come in, you'll head to this covered area. There's a little counter, and that's where you sign in. Now they've got electricity, they've got a little barbecue in there. So during lunch, because we shoot practical shotgun in the morning and the mini rifle in the afternoon, during lunch they're put on burgers and you can have your food. And that's why they've got all this, all the electricity and generators and all that. So they're well equipped. There's cold drinks here, snacks to keep you all topped up. And as you can see, there's plenty of parking behind me. So we're just going to walk down now to the ranges where we've already done practical shotgun in the morning, and there's mini rifle going on at the moment. So you just walk straight through. Obviously you'd go in and sign in and register, make people know that you're here, and then you've got the ranges. And there's a really big selection of ranges here, and they like to mix it up. They like to keep things different and spice things up basically. So here's one of the, I think, the most fun stage here, one of the most challenging in some sense. It's covered up at the moment, but this is actually a pommel horse, and it's on chains, it moves about, so you've got to react to that as you're shooting. What you're shooting at, as you can probably see in the background, are these poles. Now these poles are actually quite deceptive because they're quite hard to knock down because not a lot of the shot hit it. That does stay pretty much the same, but you don't shoot it all the time. They just keep it in as a little bonus round. Here again is a very sort of difficult, it can really throw you off, and it's the star. It's actually down at the moment because we're not using it. You can see here you've got these big plates, they go into these clamps here, and obviously a star's quite challenging because it changes as you're shooting it and you have to react to that. So these are normally where we run the beginner stages, to begin with, basically get them hitting targets and just doing basic shooting. Now people are shooting further on, so I'm just going to walk through and give you a tour of what else is here.
I never take my gun when I go all the way. Maybe you should. Maybe I should.
The last one.
Down the middle and split off.
Hey? No, it's in there.
Oh, okay. Why are you doing it here?
So just been through the many rooms and four-room stages. Two of my favourite and the most sort of technical. You're running about, there's lots of mag changes and reloading with the shotguns, loads of different stages. You would have seen me do both of those stages quite a bit. Behind me here, not being used, is thin blue line. Basically you have this blue line and you go from left to right, right to left, whatever you choose, and you can see that there's many different angles, and this is quite complex. You can easily miss targets on this one, and they also like to mess about with you and move the targets around. So even if you come down here on a regular basis, things change up, things do change, and you'll be caught off guard with that. And because there's so many different angles, you can't always see each different target, so you really do have to pay attention on that one. This one again you would have seen me do previously. It's called the tunnel, and it's quite deceptive. You think you've got a lot of room under here, you don't. You start with your hands on the top here, on that top pole, and then you'll come down, and where you've got this plank in front, it makes it incredibly difficult to manipulate the gun and actually get the angles in to get those to get those targets. Next door to it, immediately next door, is actually a new stage. This is the first time I've seen it, and it's caused a lot of problems today. So this is the hole that you've got. You've got very little movement, and obviously you'll be trying to reload and manipulate the gun again. Very difficult. It seems to help or be better for the left-handed shooters, but everybody seemed to have an issue with it. There's lots of targets there to shoot as well. They like to put sort of round count limits on there, so you only get, I think it's 9 rounds, and if you shoot more than that, they're penalties. So those stages are ones that you've probably seen quite a lot of previously, and have a general gist of. Where I'm going now is called the Valley. Now this is used mainly for mini rifle, and we're going to be using that in a minute, but we also now shoot slug down here. So Phoenix has been rated up to 308 down in the Valley, which is equivalent to slug. So they've been doing matches where they've been using slug rounds in the shotguns. Now the Valley I've shown, I think, only the once previously, which was during the mini rifle match that they had down here. It looks quite simple, and on the face of it, it is, but they put the targets out far. So normally with a lot of practical shooting, it's all close, quick, you know, room to room. But this one, you've actually got to have a bit of accuracy and take those longer shots. Now, as you guys know, I run a 1x4 Vortex on my Smith, and it was just able to zoom in onto those targets, get on target, and I was able to pop them away quite easily, whereas I think a lot of other people struggled. Then there was this stage, which unfortunately didn't film on the day of the mini rifle competition, but as you can see behind me, you've got all these targets right down into the valley, 50, 100 yards away, and then you're running through the trees here. So you've got this bit of rope, but you've got to shoot certain targets between certain trees, and again, it's just a real sort of long range in terms of practical shooting, which is again normally quite close quarters. It's far away. It's just, again, you need that sort of long range accuracy, and I know a lot of the people were struggling with their red dots because the dot was actually bigger than the target where it was so far away, whereas with the Vortex I was just able to zoom in and there you go. So again, some very precarious steps to get down, and this is one of the last stages. So what I've had an experience with this before is you just have to shoot certain targets through certain holes. But it's changed up a little bit. They made it a little bit easier. They were a lot higher. They sort of up this level, and I just could not get the gun over it. I was on like my tiptoes trying to get it, and what I didn't realise was that I was actually shooting the wood. So I think they've made that a little bit easier. But you can see on the floor that it's obviously used for the slug matches. And obviously you've got this massive backstop. It is incredibly hard for any stray rounds to go past that. It's just so high, and you're normally shooting in. You'll be able to see in there various targets. See if I can get zoomed in on that for you. So they put various targets dotted around in the valley. So that's pretty much a full tour of the Phoenix Shooting Club. I've said before, it's a great club, great for beginners and experienced shots as well. I'll put all the details in the description below. If you've got any questions, fire away in the comments section. But there you go. They do a real variety of shooting down here, and it's just awesome fun. You never go away from here without a massive smile on your face. So it'd be great to see you guys down here as well. Check it out, and you'll have all this to play with. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you soon.